We're out here in late September having a look at my Szechuan pepper tree. This one has been growing in a pot for the past 2 years. I got it in January 2021 and we're now in September 2023. So it's taken this long for it to fruit, which is not very long at all, considering how long other of my fruit trees have taken. And it's completely full of these beautiful pink Szechuan peppercorns. They're really interesting, delicious, spicy peppercorns. And just standing here now, I can just smell that spiciness because the leaves are also edible and very aromatic and very tasty. The berries themselves, these little peppercorns here, are ripening now. They've turned the beautiful pink and they're going to start opening soon, because what we're actually after is not the seed inside. We're only after the pericaps. That's the outside capsules here that contain the seeds. They split open at some point when they're ripe, and then you can pick them, and you can either discard the seeds or germinate them, I suppose. They're not poisonous in any way. They're completely edible. They're just flavorless. So you can keep them and just grind them up alongside the pericaps if it's easier that way, or just get rid of them. But while you can pick them, or you should probably pick them at their ripest when they're opening, splitting open and revealing those seeds, I'd like to harvest them now because I think they're the color I want them to be. The flavor is really determined by what stage you pick these beautiful peppercorns at, because the red ones are more earthy and singy, whereas the green ones are more piney. I've tried them at both stages and I really quite like them at this one. So I'm going to get them now and bring them inside to dry. So I've got them on a tray here. I'm going to separate them and leave them to dry. And then once they've done so for a few days and they're completely dry, I'll put them in an airtight container and keep them there until I want to cook them. And when I do, I'll just toast them on a dry skillet over medium heat for about a minute or so until they're fragrant. And then I can grind them and use them as a wonderful fresh spice. So exciting. I've left the other half of these berries on the tree so they can fully ripen and open their pericaps and just be the way they're supposed to be, I suppose, when they're properly ripe. And we'll see if there's any difference in the flavor as well. But they are so delicious. They smell so delicious anyhow. I'm not really eating them. I've tasted them at all different stages, raw and fresh, without toasting them. And they're very, very strong and spicy and very citrusy. So it's going to be fun to see how they act in a dish. I'm really looking forward to cooking with these guys. The really exciting and I suppose unique thing about this particular spice is that it leaves you with this unique tingling numbing on your tongue. And I've looked up what this is all about, and it turns out it's caused by a molecule called hydroxyacetylcholine, I think. And it's an aromatic molecule that can only reach the nerve receptors where the skin is very thin, such as the mouth and the lips. And that's why we experience this sort of pleasant sensation, I suppose. So either way, I'm really looking forward to experiencing this with this wonderful, interesting, beautiful spice.